Hello and welcome to Teacher Film One-on-One Interview. I am your host, Nira Ismail. Now today we have a brilliant mind with us and I'm just going to let him introduce himself. Welcome, Pascal.
Thank you so much, Nira, and the Teacher Film Media team. My name is Pascal Zigashane. I am from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. I've been in Kenya, particularly in Kakuma, since 2012. Being here again, I also run a community-based organization called Action pour le Progrès. I work with a strong team. We started it in the year 2020, and beyond the work I do, I am also a family man. I have a wife and kids, and I'm happy to always say it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess everyone has heard that he has a wife and kids and he's happy in the marriage. I want you to start us off by telling us a little bit about the organization, the CBO that you started in 2020. Tell us a little bit about it.
Our community-based organization is called Action pour le Progrès. But before I talk about Action pour le Progrès, I think it's good to understand where I started from. In 2016, a friend of mine from Burundi, who is currently in Canada, we started an organization called Eura's Initiative for Africa. And we majored a lot in education. But over the years, there was leadership struggle. And then in the year 2020, I had to leave and also start Action pour le Progrès. And now within Action pour le Progrès, we also have Little Lilies Academy. Little Lilies Academy is a child-friendly space where we have the ECD program. It focuses on ECD, the Little Lilies Academy.
And when it comes to Action pour le Progrès,
you got it right.
Yes, thank you. I'm trying. Is it only about the ECD program, or are there some other programs that you run?
We've got 4 programs that we run within the organization, and the first program is education. We focus on education, and within the education program we have the Little Lilies. These are now the ECD program, where we have kids between 4 to 7 years, and we also have a computer and phone repair program where we teach adults on how to repair phones, how to repair computers, and how to do software installation. You will agree with me that we've got so many phones in the camp because we have our relatives back home and people would want to connect with them. So these phones have faulty issues. There is need of people to repair them. And now we have that class where we train people on how to repair phones and computers to really get something from it. We also have another program on livelihood. We collaborate with Solar Freeze to bring in solar-powered freezers. You will agree with me that we don't have electricity in the camp, in Kakuma particularly. And now people need cool storage. So we chipped in to bring these units to support our own business owners. And I'm happy that we've been able to bring in 60 as we speak now, and it's helping them boost their income. The third one, we also do collaborative research. Some years back, refugees were used to just mobilize participants, and researchers will come from Western countries, and we've not benefited from this. And we are kind of demystifying these mindsets that we can also participate in the research design process until the dissemination process. And we are lucky that the Refugee-Led Research Hub in Nairobi is agreeing with us that we can also have the activities being done in Nairobi, in Kakuma, where we can train people on the research process, where we can train people on research methodologies and data analysis. And we also, within that particular project, we also collaborate with Carleton University in Canada, and we do research together under the local engagement refugee research network project. That is what we do. That they get us into the program. We participate in the research design process to inform the process, and also we do a lot of data collection with them. Such a thing. The fourth one is in pipeline, and soon happening. We call it community network. Community network. We want to roll out Wi-Fi hotspots in homes, institutions that are willing to have connectivity. We are not doing it as a business. We are just trying to bring it at an affordable price where now people can have access to internet, because when you have access to internet, you've got access to information, you've got access to you to develop yourself in terms of looking for opportunities outside there. So those are the four thematic areas that we focus on.
Okay, I mean, you have four thematic areas you're working with, and you told us that you have a big team. Now, I want to get into this team. Are you only working with refugees? Do you have nationals? And how many number of staffs are you working with?
Well, I think it's good to understand where we started from. In 2020, we were all volunteers. In 2021, we got a small fund from Porticus, and we had a small team that we worked with, 4 to 6. And as we are speaking now, 2023, we've got a team of 10 people who are receiving monthly incentive, and also the organization have members. And out of these members, 8 of them are volunteering with us. So they come in our meetings, they generate ideas, and they also decide with us into the programs that we want to roll out. So roughly we are 8 volunteers, 10 who are receiving monthly incentive. Out of these 18, we've got 1 Kenyan who is working with us, helping us move on. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm very mesmerized with how you always say, it's nice to understand where we came from.
Yeah.
And in understanding where you came from when you started,
Yes.
I want to know, what is the inspiration? What was the inspiration in order to start AP?
Well, again, I will take you back to when we started the Rise Initiative for Africa. Because sometimes back, I worked for Kenya Red Cross Society. And then from there, I had to leave that job. It was paying me well to further my education at Regis University in the US. And I did social work. Within that, there was a statement that we all have something to offer to the community, the society we live in. And I deeply believed in that I also have something to offer. And that is my inspiration. I have something to offer. Then it is time to do it. That's where my inspiration comes from.
And then you decided to start AP.
Yes.
Just like that.
Yes.
And how has been the journey since you started AP?
I think in a span of 3 years, we have achieved a lot. When I look at our infrastructure, we now have a physical space, friendly to kids, friendly to adult. And if you come there in the evening time from 4, it's quite busy. Morning, it's quite busy. And I'm happy that it is a home, a happy home for refugees. And we also like, now we have learners who have graduated from us. Yeah. For us, it's a lot, like 100. Not all 100, but we had 100 learners, and then our PP2 learners have graduated. Parents were happy, kids were happy, they enjoyed themselves. They had too much, and yeah, we are happy for them.
Okay. When you talk of learners,
yeah,
is your curriculum the same as every other curriculum that is used in Kenya and in Kakuma, or is it a bit different?
It is the curriculum under the Ministry of Education. That is what we are following. In fact, our kids, the exam they do, it's not designed by the teachers. We buy them.
I'm very curious. You buy them from
who? We buy them. In Kenya, they sell exams when it's time for exam. And we also collaborate with a private school in town called Blueprints of Peace. We normally get it from them, or we also get it from the market if theirs have delayed. So then I do bring it to ensure that teachers are really following the curriculum. Because if they design, then they will design according to their preference. Yeah. But that one, not their preference. Yes.
Okay. And when we were talking of the journey, what would you say is your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goal as AP?
like I said, our short term, we want to be a happy home for our fellow refugees. When you come to Action pour le Progrès, you find a home where you can grow, where you can visualize your life in the next years. In terms of midterm goal, we are working on registering Little Lilies to be a private school with the Ministry of Education. And now long-term goal, Action pour le Progrès, it's a French name.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's very hard.
Now we want to be global. Like, we go beyond being a community-based organization. We be like an international organization. We can operate in DRC. We can operate in other countries within Africa. Yes, that is our long-term goal.
Okay. And of course, in every journey, in everyone's life, there are the challenges that we face. So what would you say are some of the challenges that you faced as AP, and how, in the little ways, one way or the other, have you tried to curb or deal with these challenges?
I will admit there are challenges, and we've gone through them. Like, when we started, we didn't have a physical space. Nobody's going to trust you despite having a brilliant idea. Those few people will trust you. We lacked trust when we started because we didn't have a physical space until we got a partner called Cohere to give us fund, and then we diverted our fund to construct, get a physical space. Now, having a physical space, we have learners in school. These are kids, but we didn't have running water in the center. And from February to July, no running water. You had to push from all the corners to the agencies that are offering that service, and it was a struggle. And for all those months, we were assisted by the police, the Gambela police station. We were getting water from them until now. UNHCR wash department supported us to get water in August. The other challenge is funding. We need money to be where we want to be. Like, you've had our long, short, medium goal. So we need money, we need funding so that we reach where we want to be. It's a challenge that sometimes you get a donor who's going to give you money just for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, yet you have maybe a strategic plan for 3 years. It becomes a challenge. How do you go about that? The other thing is resources, like in terms of strengthening our infrastructure. We need like computers, some softwares for research. There's some softwares that are needed in terms of data analysis and other stuff we do within the research, and also computers that we need to use. So that is also a challenge that we face. Yes.
And I think you are facing these challenges, and I agree, funding is a challenge to almost every CBO here in Kakuma. And what would you say are some of the greatest achievements? I mean, of course, there are the challenges. It's a journey. There are achievements. What would you say are some of the achievements that you've gotten out of this?
First, I'm happy to see where we are. In 3 years, we have now a center. We have a physical space here in Kakuma 2, Zone 2, Block 2. And it's quite friendly with our kids and adult. Second, on Monday, we had a graduation. 30 children graduated, transitioning from nursery school, pre-primary to primary school. These kids were happy than ever, because we wanted to have that graduation for them to love school, for them to be excited and feel like, now they feel like school is the way to go for them. And it's an achievement for us because parents were part of that journey. You know, we've been used to free services, but for this particular service, we had the support from the community, the parents who are supporting this program by ensuring that we are able to pay the teachers. It's an achievement for us to convince parents and bring them on board to support that particular one. The other achievement for us, one, we now have a physical space. We have a center here in Kakuma 2, Zone 2, Block 2. It is a child-friendly environment. It is adult-friendly environment. That's an achievement. And if you come in the evening, you find people from our community playing volleyball, others practicing music there. And we also have another achievement where on Monday, 30 children graduated from pre-primary, transitioning to primary school. They were very happy, excited, because we felt like that event would bring them or give them a sense of loving school, education, to be their only way to go. And also parents had to take part in that. Sometimes in the camp, we don't have our parents participating in the education of their kids. They don't journey with them. But for us on that day, parents who are with their kids, prepare them very well, spent money on them. That was an achievement for us. And these kids, as we speak now, very excited, very ready to come back to grade 1. And the other achievement that we have, 60 solar-powered freezers are in the camp, helping business owners to have a cool storage. And that helps them also to boost their income and their sales on a daily basis. The other achievement that we've had is that when we do research, we've got people engaged in the project, earn a living, get good money. Because when it comes to research, it's good money. It's good money. I don't want incentive. In fact, I don't call it incentive. And also the 10 people working with us as incentive, they're able to get something on a monthly basis that can also, that makes them support their families. At least they can bring something on table. As Axiompolo program, we've been able to work with two other CBOs, that is Solidarity Initiative and INVA in Kakuma 3, and we organized a first ever conference in Kakuma. We had to bring in, we had 120 participants. The key was for us to be voice rising for many refugees. And if you can see, after that conference, 1 week, we had more than 30 CBO registration certificates out. We had to push. That was part of us to do that. We had to push because we wanted the person in charge to be someone. Why is it delaying? Yeah, that was an achievement for us as an organization, and I think that is what I can share.
Okay,
yeah.
Those are quite the achievements, I must say. And jumping from the whole AP and the CBO thing, I want to talk about you as
individual?
Pascal. Yes, he is an individual.
Okay.
What would you say are your greatest strengths and weaknesses that have allowed you to be the person that you are right now?
I will admit, as a human being, we have weaknesses, and I do as well. One for me is trusting people too much. Sometimes when you trust people too much, you end up not following up on them. You end up believing that they're going to do it the way you want. Sometimes when they are not followed up, they don't do it, and you find yourself messed up. It's a weakness that maybe I should work on. The strength that I feel I have, I'm very optimistic. That's one. Despite the storm, the challenges, you won't find me like I'm frustrated. I'm seeing a way through it. So I think that is my strength. Yeah.
I think we all need a little bit of optimism in these trying times. And you know how when you go to apply for a job, you have to write a CV of your work experiences, of who you are as a person. What would you tell us about Pascal that is not on your CV?
In the CV, wow. I work from Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
I can work up at 8 a.m. and go to work. But Saturday, Sunday, I have to wake up at 6 a.m., go to church, pray. Sunday, church, praying, serving God. So I think that is not in my CV because I owe a lot to God. Yeah. And that is the work I do on Saturday and Sunday.
So Saturday and Sunday, no phone calls, no nothing?
In fact, I was to be here last Saturday, and I told them, don't give me a call.
And as you wind up, Pascal, I just have one last question for you. Have you heard of the Avai project?
I think it's the first time for me to hear about it. I only know about Tisha film, that they do offer skills to our young people on media stuff, and also they do a lot of coverage, event coverage. So that's what I know. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Okay, now let me just educate you a little bit, Pascal, and to our viewers. The Avoy project is in partnership with Tisha Films to showcase and bring to light success stories here in Kakuma. And with that, I want to thank you, Pascal, for joining me today and sharing your success story with us.
You're welcome. And also thank you to you and also Tisha Film Team for the good work you are doing to make sure that our voices are heard and our work are outside there. So thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. And always remember, it's all about hard work and perseverance. I am Nira Ismail. Until next time.